Hey, it's Bill, and you're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show featuring best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer. This is episode number 611. You can find us streaming on XRP Radio in Birmingham, United Kingdom, Build a Scene Radio right here in Leechburg, Pennsylvania, Mega Rock Radio, and KFGD 107.1 FM, St. Louis, Missouri, Rootaroo Radio on Ocean Beach, San Diego, California, and Alt Rock Radio, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. This is episode number 611. And with me tonight is the Fall of Me, who are going to join me on the screen. There they are.
Hi.
Well, hello.
Let me take that bottom third off there so that we can actually see all of you. There we go. So you guys are a DI Records band out of Pittsburgh.
Yes.
DI Records.
Yep.
I have a slight little dealings, I guess, with him. I guess that's the way to say it. I helped him get his website started back in the day, and I am still in the I don't know what he calls it, but the group chat where they discuss business.
Well, he found us because of you.
Yep. When I did the interview with you, Chelsea,
Yes.
I sent him your information. I was like, check this out.
Yeah.
So
like we have you to thank for that one.
Right on.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And now we've got the whole group here.
Since I did mention DI Records, I do want to go on record that DI Records is one of the sponsors of the Build a Scene radio station, and I always forget to mention them on the show, so I want to do that. But there's a bunch of them, so bear with me for a minute. We have Rattleclack Entertainment, Endeavor After LLC, Shady Ladies Studio, Grassroots Homegrown Rock Show on 97.7 FM in Butler, the Noble Hops Band, the Band Jam, Wolf's Customs. He does custom guitar and instrument finishing. First Angel Media, Mad Clock, who is a hip-hop artist, and Soul Lunar Records, which is another small record label. It's very similar to what DI Records is doing, but it's affiliated with First Angel Media. So those are the sponsors for this year for Build a Scene's radio station. Not the podcast, but I don't mention them enough, so I figured I'd throw them out there. Okay, with that said, let's start off with a cliche question, which is, where did the band name The Fall of Me come from?
Who wants to take it? Paul,
Well,
do you want to take it?
Chelsea and I were writing, and we wrote the song "The Fall of Me" first. And I hate band names, and simplicity is best. And I was like, "Hey, there it is, right there, The Fall of Me, done."
Yeah. Pretty much. We couldn't think of anything better. Everything else that we tried just did not sound right. And yeah, since that was the first song, we went with it.
Along the same lines, what's that?
We could have used Slayer since they're retired now, right?
I bet they would still come after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Now, each of you have a stage name as well. How did that come about?
Okay, I'll start. And if anybody wants to take over. So we wanted to do something that was a little bit different. We didn't want to just be ourselves whenever we were up on stage. And we really enjoy the idea of adding costumes and being a little theatrical. And we also liked the idea of concept albums and things that follow a large story arc. And so it just made sense for us to come up with this entire made up theme and storyline. So that way, whenever we're playing on stage, we don't have to be ourselves. We can be these characters. Kids?
Yes.
I know. But yeah, and the other thing too, I have young children. And so I when I'm picking them up or dropping them off from school, I don't want the other parents to be like, "Oh, there's the mom that's in the demon metal band," you know? So it's like, if you don't know, then you don't know because I don't use my real name.
Along those lines, I'll let you. I feel like Kanye. Well, now I'll let you get back to this. Hold on a second. I was at a state basketball tournament for the CYO, which is Catholic Youth Organization. My son's team made it to the championship.
Cool.
And we're sitting around a fire with all the parents, and the coach asks me about my podcast in front of the principal, who knows me because I teach at another school in the diocese. And I was like, well, this is great.
Yeah.
And he's a principal at a public school. So it's like,
Yeah.
I guess I didn't hide that
You
as
know
well
what?
as I thought I did. Yeah, Donnie.
This is such a normal thing, though. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, right?
Well,
You know?
I teach at a Catholic school and interview rock and metal bands.
So
So-
you're not
I
going
get it.
you're not going to your work with a ghost shirt on though. So I mean,
No, definitely not.
But I mean, yeah, I get it. Like we all really love the theatrical aspect, but there's also that, and it gives me that little like safety blanket. So it's either if you know me personally, then I guess you're gonna know that I'm in this band. But if you don't know me and you just come across us, you're not necessarily gonna put it together. And I like that. So
And how do you pronounce your stage name? Because I was looking at them and I'm like, there's no way I'm attempting any of these.
they're not that hard. So I'm Airach, and then you guys can go ahead.
I'm Locrian or Locrian.
Yeah, I can't even remember how to pronounce mine.
He's Abaddon.
I always got to remember because of ABBA, you know?
But yeah, we did a little bit of research. We were trying to figure out, we went off of like our personalities and then we just amplified them from there. And we dug around and we did some research, and the names are loosely based off of like real mythological people, but we also took our own spin on them. So yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna get to some of the more interesting questions. The way I word them, but let's start with since I know that Donnie and Paul are listed as demons in your little bio. Let's go along those lines, and you're standing at a crossroads waiting for the devil to show up. What are you going to sell your soul to the devil for musically?
I would want to play piano. Yeah, I envy anybody that can just to do that. It's magical to me. Or violin. That's a tough one.
Or both.
Yeah, both. There you go. Why not? It's my soul.
Yeah, you're selling your soul to the devil. I mean, like, why not?
And to be able to play them at once or both time at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So you're really asking for more arms.
Right. Right.
I think you better be careful.
Mine actually wouldn't be a musical instrument. Probably to be able to fly around and be invisible.
Fly around, be invisible. All right.
You know what I
It
mean?
could get interesting really quick,
The
Donnie.
the destructive part of me, I want to, instead of making a deal with Satan, I'd want to try to kill him.
Good luck, man.
So you're going to draw him out and take him out.
Yep.
Nice.
Do I get the question? Does it go
Yep.
to me too or no?
Yep.
It does?
Yep.
Oh, what? So the question is, what would I sell my soul to the devil for?
Yep.
Oh man. Musically, what would I? Oh,
You'd want to play accordion, wouldn't you?
I think that's it. I think that's it.
Bagpipes.
Bagpipes are super cool. You know,
I'm going to be interviewing a bagpipe. I don't know what you call them. Bagpipist? Bagpipe player?
Piper?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
interviewing someone who plays the bagpipes on 3 Questions in a Song soon.
That's really
Nice.
cool. You know what? I'm super boring, and mine's probably the same as Paul. I would like to be a much better pianist and just be able to sit down and just do the dang thing. Yeah.
Part of it for me though is stuff. Some of the stuff I write relies on piano players and stuff, and I can't do it. It really aggravates me that I just can't sit down and do it, and I got to depend on other people to make it happen.
Yeah.
They have soft, they have pedals with that now.
Yeah, it's not the same.
You know what I mean? You could go that route.
What? All right, so you guys are out on tour, and for some reason you agreed to let me drive the tour bus. What music am I going to play in between stops? What's going to be the soundtrack of your tour?
I already know Paul's answer, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I don't know. I mean,
You know what? I'm going to go with a guilty pleasure artist. You got it, Donnie? You want to go?
I got mine.
Go ahead, go.
Yeah, I'll go. This is actually a desert island album I would take. You remember when Jason Newsted left Metallica because of the band Echo Brain? I would take that with me, or I would use that.
Okay. So my guilty
Front to back
pleasure
as well.
artist, dude, I love Rihanna, like
Yeah.
forever and always. Like I want some like Rihanna. I just want like mindless pop to jam out to just because. So I want to hear Rihanna.
All right, so Chelsea's riding in the other tour bus.
I'm not.
I would have to say, and this is kind of cheating, so I can get away with it. I'm just going to go Richie Blackmore because he was in like every great band ever. So anything by Richie Blackmore.
They kicked me out.
You can ride with my daughters. They'll listen to that with you.
Perfect. That's perfect. It's great.
I don't know. I might want to ride with you though, because just to hear you sing it, because I know you wouldn't be able just to listen to it.
No, I would absolutely sing it. I love Riri.
Wow.
I just flashed back to I was interviewing bands for the SOS PJH concert series, and the bass player from the Cheats told me that he would want to play on stage with Taylor Swift, and he kept calling her Tay Tay. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Cheats, but they're like straight punk, and it was the funniest thing.
Everybody has that like guilty pleasure artist that they just love that doesn't fit the genre that they do, but like whatever.
Yeah, we all do.
I ask a lot of the same questions, but it's so easy to do because every band has different answers. A fairly new question to the show is, what is the best pizza you've ever eaten because you're in a band? So on your way to a show, while being at a show, or on your way home.
I've had some bad pizza in those situations.
I would have to say recently at Tonic, you said we had to have green peppers.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
So while we were recording the EP, we got pizza one time, and I don't ask me where it was from, some little deli and down there, but yeah, it was pretty decent.
You're welcome.
At least I had to go.
Donnie, you're gonna have to say that again, I think. He's experiencing a little bit of
That
lag.
pizza he's talking about, I pick one of those up one. But I can't remember.
We lost. I was talking about pizza and like in between performances, it makes me think of my New York days. And you could just like go in anywhere and get like $1 slice, and it was just like greasy, trashy pizza, but it was the best. So I'd have to go with that because it's like nostalgia to me.
We took a trip to New York and got pizza in New Jersey.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
You got to go to Artichokes.
I don't even
It's like-
remember where it was.
That's funny.
Oh man. So I wasn't paying attention to the chat going along with the live video. And Neil Donnelly, who used to do the Drunk Rock Show, which was a podcast, he would literally sit and drink as he did the interview, and the more he drank, the drunker he got, and the odder the questions got. He wants to know that if you traded your soul to be sick on banjo so that you could defeat the devil in the banjo competition and keep your soul in the end. That was his question.
That's a Donnie question, 100%.
I could say we could write a song about that, but I think it's already been done.
Yeah, I think it might have been done.
I've seen a metal band cover that, not like a local metal band. I know that some big name bands covered it when he passed away, but
Yeah,
they had an electric banjo up on stage. It was kind of cool.
that's cool.
That's really cool. Yeah.
That's very cool.
What is a song that you guys did not write that you wish you had written? So you pick any known song.
You guys answer that first.
Well, jokingly, but I mean, if there's royalties for "Happy Birthday," that would have to be the song. Yeah, I don't know.
Donnie, what was your song that you said? We can't hear him. We can't hear you, dude.
He's gone.
No. Oh,
I like a lot of songs that lyrically that are just like poetry as musically and lyrically, and Nightwish. A lot of Nightwish stuff does that for me. The lyrics are just amazing to their stuff.
Someone asked me this question before. It's really hard for me to answer. My answer to it before was I haven't written it yet. That was my answer. But I guess if I have to give an actual answer, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, it's just like everybody knows it. It's never gonna die. So.
Are you doing some more of that last minute research? So Charlie Doyle is also in the chat right now, and he runs a website called activeandautistic.com. He is a huge metal fan and is himself autistic, and he's put on a couple benefit shows that benefit the Autism Society of Pittsburgh, and also Band Together Pittsburgh, which is bandtogetherpittsburgh.org, and it's Autism Society PGH. Sorry, it's bandtogetherpgh.org and Autism Society PGH.org. And they're putting on a show. Oh, I don't remember the date. Hold on one second. I have a couple different emails from him. There we go. It's April 30th. It's Demetis, who is on label with you guys. Transcendence, Paradigm, and I think that says Bobcat. I'm not familiar with them, but it is at the Subalpine in Turtle Creek. It's $10 cover, 6:00 doors, 6:30 show. So if you are looking for something to do on April 30th, that's somewhere you can go and hang out and hear some of the bands that we also play here on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Except for Bobcat, I'm not sure who they are, so I'm gonna have to go track
We
them
don't
down.
know them yet.
The other bands I play. All right, so Paradigm is on hold. He's interacting in the chat box. All right, so if you were leaving a show and you're packing your gear and all of a sudden you notice a DeLorean sitting across the street, doors open, the flux capacitor is there flashing, waiting for you to get in. where are you going in time, and what band are you visiting?
Well, if it's music related, I got to go back to see Paganini. Yeah.
That far back.
Oh my, yes. To witness that in person would be just mind blowing.
No, you're right. That would be absolutely ridiculous.
mean-
Devil's violinist, eh?
Right.
Yeah.
More current, obviously, the Beatles. Yeah.
Oh.
The Beatles. That's the only thing I can say with an English accent. The Beatles.
Okay. From back in the day. I'm gonna go off of what Paul did. Back in my opera days, I sang a lot of Mozart. I would have loved to have actually seen him and heard his works the first time that they were out, and just seen him writing his stuff. I mean, he specifically wrote certain songs for specific sopranos, whether he loved them or hated them. Do you know that story about that one soprano that he hated? And the reason why is whenever she hit a high note, she put her head up, and when she would hit a low note, she'd put her head down. So he purposely wrote a piece that a lot, and while she was up there performing, her head was going like this the entire time. He was an asshole. He did stuff like that all the time.
He was a perv.
Yeah, so I would love to witness that, because I feel like him and I would have gotten along. More recent, I did see them live years ago. I think I was 19 or 20. But I would love to go back and see the Eagles whenever they were much younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Donnie, are you with us again?
Donnie, can we hear you?
Mm-mm.
No, we can't hear you.
It doesn't show. It shows that his mic's not muted.
I bet you it's because of his internet up in the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad leaving him out. He's
I
just
know.
hanging out there in the corner.
Right, Donnie?
Well, I guess I'll move on, and if he starts hearing us and can interact, we'll go from there. If you could play a non, I always mess up how I want to answer this. A venue that isn't really a venue, like anywhere on Earth, like Kiss played in the ocean to sharks, and Metallica played in Antarctica. What is an odd place that you would like to set up and play?
Paul, if you have an answer to that, you can go first.
I'm thinking that.
I'm thinking too. An odd place.
Okay, just to be goofy, I'd like to set up and play at the spot where the Titanic sunk.
That's a great answer. You have great answers. I'm boring. I'm so boring.
I'd have to do some research and find out what they were playing because the band played while the ship was
Yeah,
sinking.
they played on
But do
deck.
like a metal version of that right there on that spot. That would be really cool.
Why do you have such good answers? Whatever, dude. Oh, man. Now I have to try to top that. I'm not going to top that. This is a really weird answer, but whatever. It fits the theme. Okay, so you know the show Ancient Aliens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically any of the cool weird places that they show on there, I think that would be really awesome. I have this weird phobia of aliens. I'm terrified of that, okay? I don't know why. So that would be cool. And I'd also be getting over a weird phobia that I have.
That's neat.
There you go.
What is something that's happened on stage, and not necessarily with this band, but any band or opera performance, or when you're performing music, what is something that has embarrassed you, but it wasn't something you did, it was something that someone else on the stage did?
I don't know if this is so much embarrassing, but it was validation. I was an undergrad. I was a senior. And we had this one conductor doing this one show. He did a couple shows, but there's this one specific show. He was a total jerk to me the entire production. Like, it was bad. Well, I don't remember if it was opening night or whatever night. There's this quartet that happens. And if you don't come in at the right time, it screws up the entire piece. He cued me a beat or 2 beats too early, and I looked at him on stage and I went, and then I came in at the right time. And I remember him looking down at his score and just going, I wasn't embarrassed. I guess it was more embarrassing for him, but it was like total validation for me.
I would have to say, to be vague, playing with other musicians that weren't prepared or couldn't read a set list and would play the wrong song when and yeah, that's not good. Yeah. It's happened a couple times.
Neil is a little behind, but his responses are great tonight. I'm putting this one up on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where he wants to play.
I like it.
Nice.
The place where Danny McBride killed a guy with his Daewoo Lanos in Pineapple Express.
I haven't watched Pineapple Express in so long, but it was that movie. Oh man. Nice.
Okay, what is a guilty pleasure movie that you watched that people wouldn't expect to hear? Like, you've watched a lot.
Oh my.
Keep it PG-13.
I wouldn't say it's a movie per se, but my neck is pretty red sometimes. But the original Dukes of Hazzard series, it's still in the VCR right now.
Wow.
A VCR right now.
Wow.
Yep.
I absolutely love and adore The Lord of the Rings, and we probably watch any of the 3 movies at least once a month, sometimes more. Both Zach and I, my partner, that's just like our go-to. We don't know what to watch, Lord of the Rings. So yeah.
We went to see, I can't remember which one it was. My college roommate, my wife, and I went to see one of them, and we were about 15 minutes in, and my wife got up and walked out, and we didn't see her again until the end. She went out and read a book in the car. She was like, I don't like this, and left.
That hurts my soul.
I didn't leave. I stayed and watched it.
Yeah.
I have a very weird tradition. The wife hates or loves it or just deals with it. But every Groundhog Day, I have to watch the movie Groundhog Day, followed by a Kingpin Chaser. I think it's a Bill Murray thing, but every year. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'm a dork.
Okay, so let's move on to your song before we get too carried away, because we are at about the 30-minute mark. So we're gonna play the song "Morning" tonight on the show. "Morning" is the song name, MOURNING.
Yes.
This is like your MTV moment. Give me a storyteller's version of this song.
Paul, you take the instrumental. I'll take the lyrics.
All right. Well, this is like a 2-piece. This was one of the songs that was while the band was forming. Donnie approached me about doing a project, and I had some of the material for Morning, and we were writing at the same time. Chelsea's messaging me, and I'm like, we just all need to get together. So yeah, Donnie, me and him are equal, pretty equal musically with it. We both wrote a good bit of it. Then we brought the finished product to Chelsea, and I put a generic vocal melody over it, and she did the rest.
Yeah, so Paul basically sent me the music, and he had a basic melody line. I think he had the idea for the bridge pretty much, like note wise where the bridge was going. And then he's like, I keep hearing the word morning, like morning in the morning or something like that. And so like I took that idea and I ran with it. It's kind of sad circumstances what the song is actually about. So right whenever Paul sent me that song, one of my dad's really good friends passed away from, unfortunately, an overdose. And it was really sad. Like, I've known this guy forever. Every single apartment or house that I've ever lived in, the man moved me into. I mean, so like he's been around the family for years. And so like I had gotten the phone call about it like a week or so before, and I had that music and I had that idea of like the word morning. And so I wrote the song kind of based off of addiction and like, you know, how it takes you over. And it's ambiguous at the end, like if somebody makes it out or not. You can, you know, it's however you want it to be. But lyrically, that was the inspiration for the song. So yeah. And it is the heaviest track on the EP, both instrumentally and vocally. So it's fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can take a moment and listen to Morning by The Fall of Me, and we'll be right back. For those of you that are listening live for the first time, you don't actually get to hear the song. You have to go to buildscene.com and or any of the stations I mentioned at the beginning. Or you can go check them out on Spotify and various other places, which we'll talk about later too. So now we're going to come back in as if we just listened to the song and ask a couple more questions.
Sounds good.
Okay. That was Morning by The Fall of Me. With me currently are Paul and Chelsea. Donnie was here for a little while. They are on DI Records out of Pittsburgh. For those of you listening on XRP radio, I know you're hearing me mention a record label, but it is not a major label. It is more of a digital distribution. So they still qualify to be on XRP. So I'm going to throw that out there just in case Tiz is listening. He would be the owner of XRP. Currently, their station is in Birmingham, United Kingdom, but I believe it's moving to Scotland soon. So
Cool.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
The Highlands of Scotland.
Nice.
So let's see. Oh, I almost didn't ask you the official build the scene question. And Chelsea, I'm 100% sure I asked you this.
Sure.
who is your Dave Grohl? In other words, who do you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their original tracks with?
Oh my. Paul McCartney. Yeah. Without a doubt.
I don't remember what my answer was last time, but I'm not going to be surprised if it's the same as what I say right now. After people have listened to the EP and they finally realize that Chelsea can sing rock music and she's not just an opera singer, everyone started comparing me to Lizzie Hale. They were like, yeah, you have like sort of that kind of vibe and like it's like the same type of style. And I'm like, yeah, sort of kind of like I see it. So I guess because I don't want, not that I don't love them, I grew up with them. I don't want to say Evanescence. I'm going to go with...
that's who you said last time.
Well, that's because that's who everybody compared me to before they like actually heard me doing anything. And I'm like, no. Like, yes, I sing pretty, but I can do other things with my voice too. So we'll go with Hailstorm then.
There's a whole story behind that, and I've told it a bazillion times. So, Paul, I'll fill you in on that after the show.
Okay.
And Dave, if you actually are listening to this and just ignoring me, anytime you want to come on is good. If you could meet your musical idol, but you're limited to one question, who do you want to meet, and what's the one question you're going to ask them?
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Here, while you're thinking, I've told this story, but I met Gene Simmons one time, and it was at a book signing. Usually you walk up, you ask him something, he signs the book, and you're gone. Well, Gene decided he wanted to know about my digital camera, so I was there for a couple minutes talking to him about my digital camera, and they're trying to move me along, and Gene's like, wait.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
But I didn't get to ask him any questions because he kept asking me questions. Could you imagine Gene Simmons answering his favorite pizza? or who embarrassed him on stage? I bet the answer was Ace.
I'm going to say Ace Repeater. Sure. I'm just trying to figure like my go-to like musical idol. I mean,
me too.
Yeah, that's the hard part of the
yeah.
question.
That is the hard part of the question. All right, well, whoever gets to it first. I don't want to take too long though.
If you haven't narrowed down to a couple, you could do a couple.
Again, I mean, Paul McCartney is such. I believe that he's like a living Beethoven or Mozart in the world, and I'm a pessimist at heart when he's got maybe 10 years left in him, So when he goes, you're going to be so tired of hearing about Paul McCartney. But yeah, he would definitely be up there. And I guess the question would be, are you really Paul? Are you alive or dead?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there's that conspiracy theory.
Right.
So not so much that she's like this amazing singer, although she does have her thing and she has her vibe and I respect it, but mainly why I would want to talk to her or just ask her anything, it'd be Stevie Nicks. And like I said, it's not because of her voice, but she has such a presence on stage, and like she broke away from Fleetwood and she did her own thing as a solo artist. She's iconic. I mean, there are kids that are 13 years old that know who she is. Her stuff is timeless. And I guess my question would be basically, how did you brand yourself? Like she is her own brand. She is her own thing. Did it happen by accident? Did she have some sort of plan that she executed? Like, how did she go about becoming such this iconic musical figure, especially for women, So yeah, I think that's my answer.
It's a good answer.
All right, this one's a tough one too, and Beast Brigade kind of didn't hear the whole question when I asked it. So if you were forming a all-star band from the scene that you guys play in, and it can't be any of the three of you can't be in it, you're going to manage the band. Who are you going to put in that band?
Oh God.
Ask it one more time.
So you're forming an all-star band from the scene that you play in, your local scene.
Oh, okay.
But you're going to be the manager, and none of your current band members can be in the band.
So
so like from our local scene. You're not talking about like famous people. You're talking about
like local unsigned. Like Norm Nardini, which is a name everybody in this area knows, but
oh,
Well,
I feel like you're going to be better at answering this question. I'm just going to let Paul take it, and whatever he says, I'm going to say yes.
oh my.
It's all you, man.
I guess we'd have to come down to drummers first. We got to find a good drummer, right?
Let's talk about drummers. No, let's talk about drummers.
I was going to bring that up in a little bit.
Okay, all right, then I'll shut up.
I'm going to have to go with, the old school crowd. Drummer wise, Dave Snyder. I got the opportunity to play with him shortly in my cover band about a year or so ago. So he's just solid as a rock. So I would have to go with him. I guess I know all these people. Singer wise, Timmy. We'll throw him in there.
I knew you would say that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just going to let him take it. Because
Tim Amar.
From Helios. I have some of their demo material. Maybe we'll play one of those.
Guitar player, my comrade in my cover band, Chuck Robinson. Him and Dave's played together, and Tim. So yeah. Bass players. I don't know. I guess I'll stick with the stoner, Don Stone King. So there you go. Bass player. Right. Can't pick this band. So
yeah.
All right, so now let's go to that clearly sore spot there. So what's going on with drummers?
Oh my God.
We heard they're out there.
Where are you? Where are the drummers? All right, we've been trying to find somebody like from the beginning.
Yes.
And we just couldn't. At first, we couldn't find somebody that just kind of like meshed up with our style and was down to do the whole theatrical, costumes, stage names, all of that. And we were like, screw it. We're just going to hire somebody to go in and play the drums for our EP. Luke Martucci did that. He did fantastic. Thank you, Luke.
Remind me what band he's in, because I feel like
Haven
I know.
State. He's in Haven State, and he recently joined one more band, and I cannot remember the name right now because he recently joined up with them. I'm speaking from my perspective, of course. I'm sure Paul's going to have more things to say, but so then we did the EP and we were shopping around and we did a couple auditions and it just wasn't syncing up. We just did an audition this past Sunday and we have another audition coming up next Sunday. So we are quite hopeful, that this is going to be it, but we've just been striking out. And like a lot of the people that we are interested in, they're already in bands or in multiple bands, and they don't have room to join another one, understandably so. So yeah, we've been stuck, and it really sucks because it's the one thing that's holding us back.
Yeah, and it's the caliber that we want, a rock solid, hard hitting drummer, that is in the pocket and actually understands the art form of drumming and hasn't just picked up a set of sticks.
Yeah.
All that nice stuff.
Yeah, you get it. But we're hopeful. Like I said, we had a couple auditions and we have another one coming up. So hopefully this will be it. I don't know. So if there's anybody out there that's a drummer and you guys are interested, please send us a message. Please.
That being said, Luke did an incredible job on the EP, and we need somebody to play his parts to fill those shoes because they are extremely large shoes to fill.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, if you got to be able to match what he did or do it better,
And I promise we're all really nice and we're easy to work with and we're not jerks at all. So it's nothing like that. It's not about that. So yeah.
So Anxiety at Best was having a similar problem where they couldn't find a drummer, and they did a video for one of their songs, and they're playing outdoors, and they zoom in on the drum kit, and there's a laptop sitting on the ground. So they had a sense of humor about it.
Yeah. Yep, that's where we're at. So I feel the pain.
If a drummer wanted to contact you about auditioning, how could they go about doing that?
So we have our website, thefallofmeofficial.com, or you can just hop onto Facebook. We have our Facebook page. It's also The Fall of Me Official, our Facebook page. We're on Instagram, which is The Fall of Me Music. So any of those three, you could send us a message on. And we're also on TikTok and stuff like that too, which is The Fall of Me Music. So, but I would say from the website or Facebook would be the easiest way to reach us.
Pigeons.
Pigeons.
That works too.
See, then owls popped into my head being a Harry Potter fan.
Right?
That
Yeah.
some ruddy bird called Errol. Now everyone just left. They're done watching. He's quoting Harry Potter. Time to go.
We're done. We're done.
That's what happens when you spend all day in a room full of kids. You pick up on things they do.
I know. See, mine aren't very old. So we're like, it's ABCs and counting to 20 and colors all day, every day. Yeah.
My kids are gaming now. So it's,
Ooh.
hey, what would you use this weapon for? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not playing that game. He's in the other room. I'm sure you can hear me. Anyway. This is I did wish Chelsea good luck with her twins because I also have twins.
Oh, that's cool.
Mine are slightly older at 11. All right, so let's go with one more question, and then I'll give you the 2 final questions, and we'll go off into the evening. Can you pinpoint the moment when you knew that you wanted to be a musician?
Oh my. My father plays. I grew up in it, so probably. I mean, I remember them telling me stories that, and I'd be watching them play with a broom in my hand, trying to play at like 3 years old. So, I guess around 3 or 4, you know.
Yeah, I think I was about 5. So no one in my family is necessarily musical. I mean, they enjoy music. So everyone's like, I don't know where you got it from. So I was probably about 5 years old, and I would just constantly sing. I would anything that was on the radio, I would dissect it and I would try to copy them and sing like them. And then I started writing my own little songs and making things up. And so my mom tried to get me voice lessons whenever I was really, really young, but no one would take me because I was too young. And they were like, yeah, no, sorry, come back to us when you're like 12. So yeah, I think I knew by the time I was like 5, and then it's always been my thing. It's always been what I did. Yeah.
We have that going on here. My daughter Bria was working on a song on the keyboard right before we went live that she was writing about her sister Emmeline, and my son also is working on a song, I think trumpet, with someone at school.
That's awesome.
So
I'm excited to see what my boys do, if they're going to be into it or not. It seems like they are. So, I mean, I'm not going to push it. If they're into it, great. If not, that's fine. But yeah.
I'll tell you this stuff off the air, but my kids are very into music.
Yeah.
But all right, so where can we find you online? Which we sort of started to mention a little bit ago, but we'll pop it up there again.
Which one do you want? Do you want me to take it, or do you want to take it, Paul?
Go ahead. You're good at it.
Okay. So we have the website, the Follow Me Official, and you can find. So that's cool if you want to learn more about like our characters and who we are on stage. All of our bios and everything is on there, and there's lots of really cool photos. We'll be updating it soon, I'm sure. But yeah, if you want more of that information, go to the website. We're on Facebook, the Follow Me Official. We're on Instagram, the Follow Me Music. We're on TikTok, the Follow Me Music. And then as far as streaming, we're on all of the major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all of that good stuff. So you can just type in the Follow Me, and there we are. The EP is self-titled, so you don't need to know anything else. And and then we have 2 music videos out on YouTube.
Yep.
So if you hop onto YouTube, type in Parasite, The Fall of Me, or Fall, The Fall of Me, both of our music videos will pop up. Our music videos are kind of cool, and you should pay attention to this as we have more music videos that come out. So basically, each one of us took a song, and the music video is going to show us before we became our characters or we became possessed. And then Parasite, the music video that's already out, it shows how we became possessed by our demons and turned into our characters. So it's all pretty much one big story. And by the time it's finished, it's going to be like a little musical movie type thing. So it should be pretty cool.
Yeah. Who do you have working on the videos? Like
Taylor Jenkins has been doing everything for us. He goes by Jaguar, just a guy with a dream. He did all of our band photos, and he did Parasite and Fall, the music video. And fun fact, so we brought up Tim Amar a few times. The end of next month, we're going to be in the studio. We're going to be in the studio with him again. We're doing a metal cover, Phantom of the Opera, because why not? And Taylor's going to be down in the studio with us shooting a music video to go along with that. So,
cool.
Yeah, but he's done everything, and he's been fantastic.
Also, you mentioned Tonic Studios earlier.
Yes.
Who worked with you on recording the EP?
Doug did. And then he had Airach Hill. He passed it along to Airach Hill to master everything. But yeah, Douglas Casper did everything for us as far as, all the engineering and the whole recording process. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking too much, Paul. Tell me to shut up. You can take
No,
over.
you got it.
I'm talking too much.
You got it.
All right. So this has been episode number 611. With me tonight was The Fall of Me. All 3 of them were here at one point. If you only caught us the second half, Donnie was having some internet issues. But you can go back and watch the video or listen to the beginning of the show, and you'll hear a little bit of him as well. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
you. Make sure you check us out each and every Friday. The show will go up on the website at 6 a.m. It goes on our radio station, buildascene.com/radio at 8 p.m. And then it is on all the other streaming stations on various days at various times on various time zones. You can check us out. As I said, Fridays for that show, 3 Questions and a Song is the 1st and 15th of each month. And then Friendly Fire is a live show that appears on XRP Radio. It's xrpradio.co.uk once a month. This month it will be this Saturday, the 26th, but it kind of floats around based on everybody's availability. But we kind of pair songs from Western Pennsylvania up against the songs that they have on their playlist. And there's a live chat room, and they vote on which song they like more, because they almost always like both songs, but they say, well, I really like this part of that song, so I'm voting for that one. Generally, we lose because we're in a European chat room playing U.S. music. At least that's my story. But check us out. That'll be 3 p.m. this Saturday on XRP Radio, xrpradio.co.uk. Anyway, we are going to head off into the evening interview-wise. You are going to hear some more of the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer. We're going to hear John the American Hilljack Lane talk to you about subscribing and leaving comments and so forth. You'll know that the show is ending. But if you're listening on one of those stations I mentioned, you should hang out, listen. You're going to hear some more awesome music that you probably wouldn't hear anywhere else. And who knows, you may find your newest favorite band. My name is Bill, and we will catch you next week.